morning. Forgot my scissors. Good morning. This is Yarn on the Beach 14. It is delayed by one day. I had a family emergency yesterday, early in the morning, and got things taken care of. And so, good morning, Miss Detroit. So instead of doing our last broadcast of the week on Saturday, good morning, Sherry, I posted a notice on the community page of my YouTube channel. And if you receive notifications for my channel, good morning, Sulaf, hopefully you got the message that I had a family emergency and had to postpone the broadcast. If not, I would suggest, good morning, Donna, thank you. I would suggest that you sign up for notifications for two reasons. Number one, you'll never miss a live broadcast because you'll always be notified when I'm live. And number two, you can get updates from me in my community posts to find out if something's going to be delayed or through this experience. I realized it's a great way to keep you informed. Like early in the morning, if I know I'm going to be doing this at 7:45 or 7:30 or 8 o'clock or 7:15, I could post there a half hour in advance and let you know exactly what time I'll be here. And so, and then for anybody who still doesn't want to be on notifications, and that's totally fine too, you could also know to go to, oh, good morning from Alaska. Glad you could join. Miss Detroit, I will mention my hat in a second. So even if you don't want to sign up for notifications, if you ever want to see if I have any news posted, there's a place where I can post on the community page on my YouTube channel. So when you go to my page, there's a community section, and there, if I have any last minute update, I can let you know there, like yesterday, saying that it was going to be postponed for a family emergency, or in the future, if I'm going to say what time I'm going to go. Good morning, Patty. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. This hat is going to be a brand new pattern. I don't know if it'll get released today, but in the next couple of days it will be a new pattern and video. So you'll see the video here on YouTube and the pattern on my website. I'm going to come closer so you can see the stitch pattern. It's a much easier flower petal pattern than the Delta stitch. This is a 4-petaled flower. It's a 2-row repeat, a 4-stitch repeat, and it's worked around a ponytail holder, a rubber band ponytail holder. So it's going to be really fun to show you how to make it. We start up here and work our first round of stitches around a stretchy ponytail holder, and then work the rest of the hat. Been getting lots of requests for the messy bun and ponytail hat, so I thought it was a good idea to make one. And I will show you how to make it very soon, next couple of days. Good morning, Mirage. Yeah, it'll be next couple of days for sure. Ponce Inlet, is that where you're close to? I love sunrise at the beach. Doesn't even matter what beach I'm at, it's just my favorite. Sunset's nice too. I tried to come down to the beach for sunset last night to surprise you with a sunset yarn on the beach, and the beach road was closed. So, oh, you're close to it, yeah. Ponce Inlet, when I used to go fishing there many, many years ago. Really great place to fish. Yeah, I did that right. We've got beautiful colors this morning, nice loud waves. Good morning from New York. Good morning, Judy. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you could see these amazing colors. I'm going to show you over here at the city line, there's some really amazing colors too. There's where the sun's coming up over those buildings. And eventually all these bright colors will come this way too. We need a panoramic camera. It's chilly here, yes. It is 50 degrees, which is cold by my standards. I know 50 degrees is probably not appropriate to a lot of you for down parkas and woolly accessories, but it is for me. Oh, somebody just started learning to knit. Wonderful. Welcome to the club. I'm sure I speak for lots of knitters or crocheters that we all are welcoming you into the wonderful world of knitting. Or world of yarn, actually. Yeah, knitters and crocheters would all be happy. -1 burr. I hope you are indoors and cozy warm, preferably under blankets or in front of a crackling fire. Sulaf says knitting is difficult. Are you a crocheter? Miss Detroit, I know you're in Detroit, so I'm guessing it's super cold there too. That's where I'm from originally, and I remember how cold it was this time of year. Birds today, not a ton, but not like the other day. Man, we had a lot of birds that day. Wonder how the dolphins feel about this chilly weather. Good morning from Greece. I didn't get to read all of your posts. It started fading, but I'm glad you could join from Greece. That's great. Yes, the colors will deepen as the sun comes up over the buildings. Supposed to have a spectacular supermoon tonight. Beautiful love garner. Well, I hope you can enjoy the whole live stream. Let's see, where did I end off here? Ah, here we go. I'm trying to knit and talk without a stitch marker to show where my increases are. Living dangerously. Good morning, Edna. Thanks for watching from India. Maria, I know, it's so beautiful today. Beautiful Love Garner wants to know what my favorite thing to do on the holidays, and that would be cook and bake, especially baking, I think, because my son and I don't eat a lot of sweets throughout the year, and I love to bake, so the only time I can really justify baking is when I'm cooking for other people. So I like making handmade gifts for holiday gifts too. Everyone but my son gets homemade gifts because they're still store-bought. He's a kid, and so I usually make food gifts, often baking for holiday feasts. But that's one of my favorite special treats for myself that I don't allow myself the rest of the year. Anybody else have any special favorite things they do at the holidays? I'm sure you do, but I'd love to hear them. Got nice loud waves this morning. How exciting. What's my wish for the new year? Gosh, I have to pick one. I guess happiness, because I think happiness is the root for everything. I always wish for health, happiness, and love to everybody that I speak to this time of year. And I suppose finding a way to be happy through everything is good for your health and good for your peace of mind. So finding a way to find those slivers of happiness even in hard times. I was talking to my son about it yesterday during our family emergency, that sometimes you just have to dig deep and find the silver lining, because I really think that that's not only how you cope with things and get through things, but also how you just find peace so that you don't downward spiral when one bad thing happens. It's important to always find that inner something to be happy about. So finding a way to maintain that level of happiness would be a great goal for 2018. Sometimes it's just enjoying nature or making a point to put a smile on someone else's face. There's all sorts of ways to do little things that all add up to something much greater. That's why listening to the beach is so important to me. Ooh, Victoria broke her arm at Christmas. Oh, Misty Troy, a crochet and knitting retreat. Yes, that would be fabulous. I've been dreaming about doing that down here for years. I just don't have the event planning skills yet to bring that to fruition, but that would be amazing, and it's definitely on my wish list. Oh, Judy's from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yes, if you're not there anymore, I'm sure this would bring back fond memories of Caribbean waters for you. I don't believe it's the same body of water here, but it's close. Judy, yes, great goal to start a retreat down here. And I'll tell you what, when I make a retreat, we will definitely be doing some beach time stuff. We'll come down here for sunrise or sunset or both. This is the best part about living here. Oh, Miss Detroit, you have some skills with event planning. That would be amazing. Yeah, reach out to me via email anytime, and we can start brainstorming. Meaning a flower pattern for socks. I'm not sure what that means. I guess I'm missing some of the message comments. I'm sorry about that. Oh, you're requesting a crochet flower pattern for socks. Okay, yeah, I will get my mind thinking about that, see what I can come up with. I have a couple of yarns that I think would be really, really nice for lightweight socks. Actually, and one for heavyweight socks too. Yeah, I'll start thinking about that. How do you keep motivated to finish a project that you start? That is a good question. And what I'm going to give you for advice is actually a double-edged sword, because sometimes it can actually make things worse. But I like to have multiple, good morning, Steve from California. I like to juggle multiple projects at a time, because if I get bored with one, I can put it on the back burner for a while and wait till I get excited about it again and go back to it. What I do think, though, is don't start two of the same type of projects at the same time. Let's say you are getting bored with a lace shawl, then go start a pair of socks, or start a garment, or start something else. But if you start 2 of the same type of projects at a time, I think that's where you fall into that of not going back and finishing one. So I don't think anybody should be forced to work on one project exclusively until the end, but I do think you need to work on one type of project to the end before you start that same type of project again. I think that might be the balance of juggling to get some diversity and keep your brain sharp and excited. But I think if you start too many things of the same type, that at least one of them will go by the wayside. At least that's what I always do. I like juggling projects, but I try really hard to only juggle one of anything at a time. Thanks, Maria. Maria agrees with me. But we all get bored with something, so. Good morning, Carol from the Pacific Northwest. Okay, so we've got another one interested in a Florida retreat. Okay, maybe that will be the 2008 goal. God, I hate it when I forget my scissors. And I cut the yarn before I needed to. Okay, we'll set that aside for a minute. Everyone stays safe tonight. If you like going out on New Year's Eve, please be safe. And if you're like me and like watching the ball drop at home, hopefully you make it out to make it up till midnight. Do I prefer center pole or balls? It depends. I like center pole until it gets towards the end of a center pole ball, and once the walls start caving in, then I like to wind the remaining into a ball. A lot of my yarns come in an organza drawstring bag, and so it's great for holding the center pole ball in place, and then once it gets small and I turn it into a little ball, then I put it back in the organza bag, cinch it closed, and then it keeps it from rolling all over the floor too. So really, really handy as a project bag. So I like both. It depends on how much yarn I have left. Good Day is asking, her crochet hooks start to squeak when she crochets. What kind of crochet hooks are you using? Can you tell me what kind of material they are? Sometimes I think it could be the yarn too. I know acrylic yarn has a tendency to squeak sometimes. But tell me what kind of hooks, and or if you agree that it's when you're using acrylic yarn, and I can answer your question more deeply. Happy New Year, Donna. Thanks for watching. See you next year. I always love saying that today. She uses aluminum and homespun yarn, and it squeaks. Squeaks. Yeah, I think I agree, Miss Detroit. Maybe it's the tight grip, but I also think it could be the sound of the yarn, not the hook. Oh, homespun, the brand. I thought you were saying homespun yarn, like you actually spin it at home. Yes, it is the acrylic yarn for sure, and possibly how tight you are holding it. Okay, problem solved. Yes, it is the yarn that you're using and how tight you are holding it, your tension and the acrylic. That's usually what makes the squeaking noise. We're going to wrap up here in another minute or so, so I want to take this time to, first of all, thank all of you for joining me live, and please remember to leave comments in the recorded version if you have any questions, and I always answer all the comments once this is recorded as well, so that you can feel included like you were here. I'm so grateful for everybody who has joined me on the Yarn on the Beach series. We're just getting started and looking forward to 2018 and all kinds of exciting things that I have in store to share with you, to inspire you and empower you. And Happy New Year to all of you. I hope 2018 is filled with love, happiness, and health. Thank you for all the wonderful Happy New Year greetings. They're rolling in so quickly that there's no way I could say your names, but I want you to know that I appreciate all of you for joining me. And we'll listen to a couple more waves together before we say goodbye. Happy New Year, everyone, and see you in 2018. Bye.